What's it like living with American bullies?
Come on, there you go. Oh, that's right. Oh. You got the video. That's fine. Did we get her?
Our morning routine consists of feeding the adults and getting them outside to use the restroom and get some fresh air. Up next, we check on the pups that have cropped ears. We'll have more on that later. We then go to our nursery, make sure there's plenty of feed. We clean all the cages. We make sure there's plenty of fresh water. Once we're done with that, we get our adults back inside so we can prepare for the day ahead.
Let's go, Mommy.
American Bully started out in 1990 by Dave Wilson's own admission in one of his interviews. Now you got to realize he's the president of the ABKC. He's also the founder of Razor's Edge Kennel. In 1990, Dave Wilson started crossing Staffordshire Terriers with pit bulls in what he termed trying to create a bullier dog, or a dog with more girth, more bone. And thus, the American Bully was then born. Yet here we are 31 years later, and the American Bully is a powerful dog, an intelligent dog, a dog that actually is able to hold his own. By far one of the smartest, well-behaved dogs that I've ever owned, and it's also the type of dog that has characteristics and personalities that makes you just totally fall in love with the breed. American Bullies come in 4 categories. Some of them also have been recognized in the past and are not recognized now. Some are not recognized now and may be anticipated to be recognized in the future. What defines a micro? A micro is anything below 14 inches at the withers for males, 13 inches at the withers for females. Next up, we have the pocket category, and that's males at 14 to 17 inches at withers. Standards are medium size, dense structure. They go anywhere between 17 to 20 inches. They are the standard of the breed. There's another category that's called the classic. Now the classics are 17 to 20 inches just as the standard. However, their bone density and also their muscular density be as much. Also, we have the XL, which is 20 to 23 inches at withers for males and 19 to 22 inches at withers for females. Again, the XL is the biggest recognized version of the American Bully. You have the XXL, and that's 23 inches at withers or taller for males, 22 inches or taller for females. I believe there's some registries out there that are starting to recognize them. They haven't been recognized by the ABKC or UKC as of now. So what do I feed my dogs? I feed them raw and kibble. Now, I do feed my dogs raw during the summer and hotter months. The dogs seem to shed some of the weight and it helps them acclimatize to it. Now, when the winter time comes, I do like to give them kibble. It kind of puts a little bit more weight on them, a little bit more fat, a little bit more padding, so that they could tolerate the colder temperatures. You got to keep in mind, our dogs do best between 85 degrees Fahrenheit and 55 degrees Fahrenheit. The American Bully was originally made to be a companion dog, to be a family dog. But make no mistake about it, even though they weren't made exclusively for security or for hunting, they can do some of these things if they're taught. These dogs have a lot of drive, they're very powerful, and they're very intelligent, making them perfect to be able to adapt to any situation. What I love most about American Bullies, I love their stoutness, their look, their temperament is above every and anything else. They have these characteristics about them, their personalities. It just shines all the way through. It's almost as if though you have another child in the home. We make sure that we keep our dogs active. They aim to please in everything that it is that's asked of them. We feel like they need it, and it ties in with their training as they release energy, especially the young one. And it prepares them for training, as releasing energy is one less deterrent. Their attention span actually increases. We make it a point to socialize our dog. Our dogs, make no mistake about it, are very powerful. And being able to teach them how to be out in public, how to treat children, how to treat older people, and also how to behave around a crowd is something that's safety for the dog and for everybody else involved. We like to start socialization of our pups at a young age. Take for instance this boy Fireball. Since he was a young puppy, we saw some spunkiness in him, and we decided, you know what, we need to make sure we get him socialized.
I'm a fireball.
Yeah, boy.
Yes, you would love my booty.
Oh, here you go. Come here.
What are you doing?
We always ready to get socialized.
Oh yeah, I know the other one. I was telling him about the other one when I saw him come in.
Yeah. We're getting
He's like a baby to the other one.
I'm a good boy. Short stuff.
Like a little kid. Isn't that
He
so
is like
cute?
a child.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
He's 2.
He likes it.
Hi there, baby. Yeah. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. He's a more. He's a good boy.
Thank you.
As you can see, he's become a bit of a celebrity over there in Tractor Supply and Home Depot. 6 months after getting our first bully, we decided we were head over heels with the breed. We wanted to represent it the best way possible, so we went ahead and started our construction. It was all hands on deck, as we knew we wanted more bullies, but we wanted to make sure we gave them proper shelter from the elements, as well as proper spacing for housing for them to feel comfortable. We had to learn quite a few things, from welding to constructing things, but I wouldn't say it went too bad. Now you can see what it looked like before we put a coat of paint.
There, we're not getting her.
Just in case you're wondering, yes, we do take our own videos and our own pictures.
That's fine. Did we get her?
Now, I just told you previously about American bullies and their personalities. Take this girl, Lava. She is our yard ball queen. She won't let her sister, Callie, or 305 take the ball away from her, and she absolutely loves it. Her sister, Callie, has some seriously floppy ears. She doesn't necessarily have the floppiest of ears, but this brings us to the crop versus flop controversy. Now, I've spoken on this at lengths. I've always said that it's up to the owner whether they want a flop or they want a crop. In my scenario, I look at Rio, her mom, and I love the crop. But then I look at her grandma, Aruba, and I love her flop. Look at her grandpa, Fireball, I like the crop. I look at her dad, Power, I like the crop. So I went ahead and cropped, but I do want to make this point. If you're going to go ahead and get the crop, you need to take the pups into a vet where they're going to have anesthesia. Cropping at home with no anesthesia and doing your own thing, it's absolutely not cool, fam. Talking about personalities, here's another character. I love it when we have puppies in the yard. It takes us back to when we had our first pups. So much happiness, so much positive energy. Getting them in the water at such a young age lets us know who's a water dog and who isn't. and also when they want to get out, how they handle the adversity. As for Lava and Callie, well, let's just say they're doing their thing. They're healing up just fine. Normally I would say this is not fair, but watch this. She just pulled her move. So what are the pros and cons? Well, on the pro side, you have a dog that's fiercely loyal, basically loves to love, loves to receive love, is obedient, and is intelligent. On the con side, you could get some allergies. They love to eat. They have a lot of gas. A lot of times the American Bully breed can be mistaken for breeds that show aggression. Now don't get me wrong, these are powerful dogs, and if you don't assure yourself as the alpha, they're definitely going to take over the role, and aggression can present itself. Also, the dog is not socialized. But to say that they're naturally aggressive, to say that they're born that way, is a complete fallacy. Fact is, you should assert yourself as the alpha, irregardless what type of breed dog you have. I've seen Chihuahuas, Yorkies, Labradors, and other breeds exert their alphaness, if you will, and it hasn't turned out so well. The American Bully was bred to be a family dog. It does phenomenally well with kids. With that being said, they need to be supervised at all times. Also, families that put in the time in the training into these dogs actually are able to get the most out of them. These dogs are fiercely loyal, they're very dependable, and they're very well behaved. All they need is training and for you to show them the way. Fam, now available in the App Store, the Google Play Store is our QBN app. All you gotta do is type it in on the search field and it's gonna pop right up. Once you download it, you're gonna be able to have access to see our dogs, our upcoming breedings, also our genetic testing. Fam, don't forget to follow us on Instagram so you can get more of an update as to what's going down in the yard, as well as our Facebook account. Make sure in YouTube, all you gotta do is type in QB and Kennel and search. Look at our channel. We got plenty of information out there for you, absolutely free, that's going to educate you and help you advocate for our breed. Fam, I hope that this video has taught you something. This has been Raul from the Q. Catch you on the next one.